So when you've bought a tree, you'll normally find that it's got one of these stakes in. This stake is not the stake that you should use for the plant to be grown on in your garden. It's simply there as a transportation mechanism to help the plant and an interim. So what you'll find, if we follow the stake down, is normally it only lasts for a couple of months and will probably already started rotting off there. And unfortunately, that's because this is not the permanent staking option that your tree should have. If I have to do this, remove this budding tape, and I have to apply a bit of pressure, there we go, you see that? Rotted off already. There. So it's not going to last very long, which means that if you do use this as your permanent staking option, that the tree is not going to be well prepared, and it's certainly not going to last it for the long run. Plant the plant with this. Once it's planted, remove this, and then we go to the next step to ensure that your tree is going to get the best start in its first and formative years. So come with me and I'll show you how to do it. All right, guys, so when it comes to staking, there are no shortcuts. Don't go with the soft stuff. And when I mean soft stuff, I'm meaning a thin dowel or a piece of dropper iron. You want the stake to work for at least the first 3 to 4 years of this plant's life. Yeah, I'm talking about big guns. And when I mean big guns, I'm talking about something like this. This is what we call a fence dropper. Now, when you're ordering a fence dropper, make sure you ask for a wooden fence dropper, or they're going to give you a metal one. So these boys come in different lengths. You get a 1.2, a 1.5, and a 1.8. So that depending on the tree or the subject matter that you're going to be staking, choose it appropriately. I have cut a 45 at the end of the stake to help it when I hammer it in. The next thing we're going to need is a good 4-pound hammer. And then these are the different types of mechanism that we can use to stake the plant to the stake, to secure it. This is a loop, and you get 2 in 1 packet. This is a chain lock, which also comes in, you get 2 in here, 2 different lengths, all right? And this also does the job fantastically. What I like is that both of these are rubber, right? And it's not plastic coated wire, it's not string that can rot, plus it's not going to damage the plant. All right, folks, let's look at this tree. This is a kumquat. This kumquat tree has recently been planted. What is important, and let's take a look at the tree here, is when choosing the place to stake, choose an area that you are not going to disturb leaf growth. Right, so on this side of the tree, there are lots of young shoots pushing through. This side over here is more open. So it's a logic transition to say, then I should be putting the stake here. Do's and don'ts, listen up carefully. You do not put the stake there, right next to the stem, right? Because in that way, what are you going to do? Well, it's kind of logical. You're going to damage the roots. You're probably also going to damage your stem where it goes directly into the ground. And if you start causing damage here, well, what happens is rot sets in and scarring. So you want to be at least 5 centimeters away from the actual stem of the tree or the plant that you're staking. We've got it there, make sure it's straight, very importantly. And of course, we've got our 4-pound hammer. And the next job, you know what's coming. Let's give it a good whack. One of the questions that you always have is, how deep does it go? Ultimately, you want to be able to control the main length and the main part of the stem. Younger trees, more spindly trees, I would strongly suggest if you've got one stem that you follow all the way to the top. All right, so this is what normally happens. People take whatever they're using to tie up the tree, whether it be a cable tie, whether it be an old stocking, wire, rope. They take it, they pop it around the plant, around the stem, obviously to the stake. And then what they do is you just pop it in through the chain lock. You see how that works? And you think you've staked your tree. Incorrect, because this is what happens. As the wind blows, do you see how much movement there still is? Okay? There's still a lot of movement. If you pull this too tight, the actual stem rubs against your stake. This is the way to do it. You take whatever your material is that you're using. In this case, I'm using the chain lock. I put it around. I do a figure of 8. So there's my first loop around there. And then I secure it against there. So here's the figure of 8. Do you see it following there? It's far more secure. Plus, there is absolutely no absolute reason that this stem will ever touch the stake. The stake is not there to hold the tree up. It's there as support. Okay, and then what we do is we can simply trim these bits off, and there we go. So this is a buckle strap, and it works very, very similar in the same manner, except what you're going to do is you're going to put it at the back here. You're going to feed through the buckle. So the buckle actually forms your figure of 8, all right? So in through there, can you see that? So we've got the loop there, around here, around our stake, through there, and then you get your tension, and then into that, and double back it, and there you've got your tension, and that is your figure of 8. So remember, folks, do it once and do it right. It's really important. And this is especially with larger shrubs, trees, which are not that easy to recorrect, all right? When you've got a tree that's already settled in and you haven't staked it in the correct manner, 7 years down the line, it's too late, and it's growing like this, you cannot fix it. And if all else fails, all you've got to remember is a figure of 8. Get the figure of 8, and you'll be in good hands. If you enjoyed this gardening advice, then like it and share it. Also go to our YouTube channel where you can find more gardening tips, how-tos, problem solving to turn you into a better gardener.